Hari Om students, welcome to the online biology class. Today we are going to start new chapter, chapter 6, tissues. This is part 1. Under this lesson, we are going to discuss about what is tissue, what are the different types of plant tissues and also animal tissues, and what are the differences between plant tissue and animal tissue. What we are going to discuss about in this lesson, what is tissue, what are the different types of plant tissues and animal tissues, and what are the differences between plant tissue and animal tissue. Let us start with what is tissue. In your lower sections, you have learned that what is a tissue. What is a tissue? A group of cells forms a tissue. You know this. If you see particularly which type of cells, what type of group of cells forms a tissue? A group of cells that are similar in structure and work together for what? To achieve a particular function forms a tissue. Now can you tell me what is a tissue? A group of cells that are similar in structure and work together to achieve a particular function forms a tissue. You all know that in your lower sections you have learnt cell is the basic structural and functional unit of life, right? If you see the organization of one organism, an organism is made up of various organ systems, right? For example, in the human beings only, if you see one organism, that means human being is made up of various organ systems inside our body. Digestive system is there, excretory system is there, respiratory system is there, muscular system is there. Like that, various organ systems form one organism. If you observe one organ system, different organs which perform specific life process form an organ system. For example, digestive system is one organ system. In this digestive system, so many organs are there, like esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, anus, rectum. Like that, different organs coordinate to each other to perform one specific single life process. Digestive system is very useful for digestion. Whatever organs are involving in this digestive system perform digestion only. Like that, different organs which perform specific life process form an organ system. In the same way, if you observe one organ, different types of tissues which work together and contributing to specific functions inside the body, it forms an organ. Organ is formed by the different types of tissues which work together, which contains one specific function, forms one organ. In the digestive system, stomach is one organ. This stomach is made up of different types of tissues. What is tissue now? Tissue is a group of cells which contain similar structure and function. For example, in the human being only, different types of tissues are there. Connective tissues like bone tissue, blood tissue, muscular tissue, like that. So many tissues are there. If you observe each and every type of tissue, it is made up of group of cells. Now, what is a cell? Cell is the basic structural and functional unit of living organism. Nerve cells, fat cells, blood cells, like that, different types of cells are there in living organisms. Cell is the basic structural and functional unit of living organism. In the last chapter, we have discussed detailed about cell and cell organelles. Why it is called basic structural and functional unit of life? because all the life processes which are very essential for the survival of the living organism are carried out inside the cell only. That's why it is called basic structural and functional unit of living organism. Now can you tell me the levels of organization? Cell. A group of cells form a tissue. Different types of tissues form an organ. Different organs which perform specific life process form an organ system. Various organ systems working simultaneously together constitute an organism. These are the levels of organization. In the last chapter, we have learnt about cell. Now we are going to learn about tissue. First, we will discuss about plant tissue. Plant tissue is classified into two types: meristematic tissue, permanent tissue. How many types of plant tissues are there in plants? There are two. What are those? Meristematic tissue, permanent tissue. In this video, we are going to focus only on meristematic tissue. What is meant by meristematic tissue and what is the speciality of this type of tissue and what is the location, what are the functions of this meristematic tissue? Let us discuss. Now let us know about meristematic tissue. What is meristematic tissue? These type of tissues are found in growing parts of plant such as stem and roots. And what is the speciality of this meristematic tissue means this type of cells. Tissue is nothing but group of cells only, no. The cells which are present in this meristematic tissue have the power, have the capacity to divide. Because of these repeated divisions, they form new cells, which leads to the increase in the length and width of a plant. What is meristematic tissue? It is a group of cells which has the power to divide and which forms the new cells. This type of tissues are present in the growing parts of plant such as stem and roots. Because of this division of meristematic tissue, the size of the plant increase in the length and also width. Now let us know about the characteristics of meristematic tissue. Tissue means nothing but group of cells. The cells which form this meristematic tissue are very active and living in condition. And also these cells contain dense cytoplasm. Dense cytoplasm is thick cytoplasm. And this type of cells contain thin cellulose walls. Cellulose means it is one complex carbohydrate substance which is present especially in plant cells only. These cellulose molecules are absent in animal cells. Plant cells contain cellulose walls, but in this type of meristematic tissue, that means the cells which are present in meristematic tissue contains thin cellulose walls. What is the function of meristematic tissue? The cells which are present in this meristematic tissue divide and redivide and forms new cells. To divide like that, this type of dense cytoplasm and thin cellulose walls are very essential in the case of meristematic tissue. Along with all these type of cells contain prominent nuclei. That means nuclear plasm, nuclear membranes are well developed in this type of cells. And also these type of cells do not contain vacuoles. In the last chapter we have learned that all functions of different types of cell organelles. What is the function of vacuole? In the plant cell especially, it gives mechanical support to the cell. Plant cells contain somewhat large size of vacuoles which give proper shape and turgidity to the cell. In the case of meristematic tissue, these type of vacuoles are absent. Then what happened to that cell? Already you know that the cells present in the meristematic tissue participate in the formation of new cells. Due to the absence of vacuoles, it makes the cell easy to divide and redivide. Okay, these are the characteristics of meristematic tissue. Cells are very active and living in condition. This type of cells contain thick cytoplasm and thin cellular walls. And prominent nuclei are present in the cells and vacuoles are absent in the meristematic tissue. These are the characteristics of meristematic tissue. This meristematic tissue, based on the location, is classified into three types. Meristematic tissue, based on the location, it is divided into three types. What are those? First one, apical meristem. Second one, intercalary meristem. Third one, lateral meristem. How many types of meristematic tissues are present? There are three types of meristematic tissue based on the location. I already told you we find this type of meristematic tissue in the growing parts of the plant such as stem and roots. Based on the location of these tissues in the stem and root, meristematic tissue is divided into three types. First one, apical meristem. This type of tissue is present at the tip of the growing parts. Either it is stem or root. That's why it is called apical meristem. The meristem which present at the tip of the growing parts. And second type of meristematic tissue is intercalary meristem. This type of meristematic tissue we find at the region of nodes. Nodes means the place where leaf starts to grow. This area is called node. And this type of intercalary meristem present in between the two nodes. This is one node. Look at the diagram here. This is one node and this is another node. In between these nodes, this type of intercalary meristems are found. And third type of meristematic tissue is nothing but lateral meristem. In the name itself it is there, lateral. That means sides of the growing parts of the plant. Look at the picture here. Meristematin, lateral meristem, which are present at the sides of the stems or roots. Now let us see the function of each and every meristematic tissue here. What is the first type of meristematic tissue? It is apical meristem. Apical meristem, where do we find? What is the location of the apical meristem? We find this type of apical meristem in the growing tips of shoot. Shoot means stem and root. If you see the function, you all know that the cells present in the meristematic tissue divides and redivides and helps in the formation of new cells. Because of this repeated formation of new cells, it helps in the increases of length of the plant. That means it increases the height of the plant. This height of the plant we considered as primary growth. In any plant, if you see what is the primary growth of a plant, increases in height. Which type of meristematic tissue helps in the increase of height of the plant? Apical meristem. Why? It is present in the tips of the shoot system and root system. That's why the plant can grow in size. What is the second type of meristematic tissue? That is nothing but intercalary meristematic tissue. Where do we find this type of intercalary meristem? At the base of the leaves, that means nodes. And in between the two nodes, that is called internode. That is called internode. We find this type of intercalary meristem at the base of the leaves and also in the internodes. And what is the function of this intercalary meristem? If you observe, it helps in the increase in length of organ like leaves and internodes. It helps in the increase of the length in the leaves and also in the internodes. And what is the third type of meristematic tissue? Lateral meristematic tissue. This type of tissue particularly found in the woody trees and plants. Woody trees and plants. If you observe lateral meristem, it contains two types of lateral meristems. First one, cork cambium. Lateral meristem is divided into two types. Cork cambium. Cambium means nothing but meristem only. Meristem is also called cambium. First one of lateral meristematic tissue is cork cambium. We find this type of cork cambium just beneath the bark. Bark means the outer surface of the plant. You all know that. We find this type of cork cambium just beneath the bark of a plant. And second type of lateral meristem is called vascular cambium. This type of vascular cambium, vascular meristem, found in the vascular bundles. Vascular bundles means tube-like structures which help in the transportation of food materials, water and minerals. These are the three types of meristematic tissues. And if you see what is the function of lateral meristem? This type of lateral meristem helps in the increase of the diameter and girth. Girth means nothing but width of the plant. It increases the diameter of the plant. This one is considered as secondary growth of the plant. What is the function of lateral meristem? It increases the diameter of a plant. It increases in the width or girth. This is considered as secondary growth. This is about the meristematic tissue depending on their location, and these are the functions of meristematic tissue. How many types of meristematic tissues are present? 3 types. What are those? Apical meristem, which are present at the tip of the growing parts. Intercalary meristems, which are present at the base of the leaves and also internodes. And lateral meristem, which are present at the sides of the plant, that means just beneath the bark, are found in the vascular bundles. Whatever meristematic tissue, it helps in the increase of length of a plant and also width of a plant. I hope you have understood the first type of plant tissue, meristematic tissue. The cells present in the meristematic tissue are capable of cell division. In the next video, we will discuss about the second type of plant tissue, that is permanent tissue. Hari Om. Thank you.